So hello everyone, welcome back to CS Explained, and from today we will be starting the Go series in which we'll learn about Go and how it works and why we use it in real time, how we use it in real time, because there are very few people on YouTube who are talking about Go and how to create projects in it, how to use it efficiently, the concurrency of it and everything. There are very less projects on YouTube currently, so we'll be discussing all of this, and without wasting the time, let's learn Go. So our knowledge of Go comes from Google, and Google supported this programming language because it was pretty awesome. And let's see how it was awesome. For the introduction, you can see the Go is an open source programming language developed and launched by Google in 2009 and designed by Robert Grace. I hope I pronounce it right. Rob Pike and Ken Thompson. So these guys were the genius who developed the Go. And why I'm saying these guys were genius, we'll talk about it later on because we'll see a lot of things like how concurrency works and all of those things, and you will be able to say that okay, these guys are genius. So let's move on and see the definition. So it's built on it's built for simplicity, performance and scalability, which is good, and it is basically known for simplicity. The performance, yes, and scalability, uh, I will give it like 8 out of 10. So let's move forward. Think of Go as a language that combines ease in writing Python and JavaScript with the performance of C and Rust. Actually, it compiles much better than C or Rust, but the runtime of it restricts it from running it with more than the speed of C and Rust. I will explain what I'm talking about in bit. But let's forward as of now. So for the Python and JavaScript, the Go was designed for being very very easy, written with this purpose that everyone should learn how to write backend, and it should be very easy to write backend. Should not have complex things in it. So they removed unnecessary stuff. Although there are pretty unnecessary stuff in the Go, which we'll talk later in this course. But yeah, they removed like semicolons and things like that, newer lines, indentations. There were nothing like waste rules to define the programming language, so they made it very simple. Moving forward on this, the Go is very very simple language, with the matching performance of C and Rust, although it doesn't match, but we'll see. So now let's talk about the interpreted VM and compiled languages, how Go performs it, and what are compiled languages, what are interpreted languages, what are VM or VM based languages. So let's talk about the interpreted languages first. These are the interpreted languages. These these all the languages need some libraries to be downloaded. You have to share the code to the client to run this. So if you guys are hosting it on AWS or something, you have to put the code over there, then you have to install all the runtime, and then you have to run this. So this requires a whole runtime to run it, and there should be a proper interpreter to run all the code. Whereas in the VM or in the compiled languages, you do not have to give the code to the client or to the server to run it, because you can run it through the binary files, and I will get onto this in some moment. But first, let's talk about like how they execute and what's their execution speed, what's the compilation speed. Okay, so Go has this runtime which limits its speed, and its runtime speed basically. So it compiles with a great speed, but the runtime is actually slow as compared to Rust and C, because the code it carries with this runtime environment makes it a little slow, because it has to optimize its code through garbage collection, memory optimization, a lot of things which will talk about later in this course. You don't have to worry about it. So there is garbage collection and things like that. I will talk about what is garbage collection and everything in this course. But yeah, you got the whole point why it limits the Go code to run slower than Rust and C. So it runs faster than Java or C Sharp, because Java and C Sharp requires whole VM to run their code, but it's not matter with the Go. Okay, so moving forward on the compile based languages, what are compile based languages? Let's talk about that. So saying about the compile based languages, what are compile based languages? So first, to understand the compile based languages, you have to understand how the code works and how it gets converted to machine language. So you write the code in human readable format. It's a high level language, whichever it is, like C Sharp, Java or something, Go, or you can say Go. I'm including C Sharp and Java in this because you can create the binaries out of them also, but they are not compile based languages. The Rust and C are the compile based languages. Okay, so you can include this or not. but yeah, you write the high level code, and then the compiler converts it to machine language. So what are compile based languages? So the compile based languages are the ones who get directly converted to the machine language, means 0101, because there is a compiler over here which generates a binary file, to run this. So what is a binary file? It's a machine language code which runs the whole code that you have written. Talking about the Go, why it is fast and easily deployable, because you can just run go build, and it will build a binary file, a single file. There will be a single file of which you can click and run, and it will run as you expect it to be. So you can send this file to your client, or you can host it on server, and you don't have to show your whole code, because it gets compiled into machine language, and you can just share the binary files to the client or to the server and run it over there. So it doesn't need any basic installations like npm, anything like that, to run this file. You can just simply click on it and run it. So this is the major reason why Go wins, and why we are not choosing Rust, because Rust has complexity and it takes a lot of days to learn and master Rust. Whether Go is a very simple language and you can master it in few days and work on it to create a web server. So moving forward. So let's talk about the summary of this video. What did you guys learn, and all of the things summarized in single minute. Okay. So Go is a compile-based language, and Go doesn't run faster than Rust or C because of this runtime. And I already told you about this runtime. We'll be going to see what are the garbage collection, memory optimization codes that is going to inbuilt in the Go when you're writing the code that makes the Go code slower. So we'll talk about that in future. But for now, just keep in mind that runtime of Go is little bit slow. Runtime is slow, but the compilation time matches with the Rust and C. So compilation time, the time taken to convert the high language code to a machine language code faster, is comparable to Rust and C. So compilation is good, but the runtime slows down because of the criteria that I told you. Moving forward, it got developed by Google in 2009, and for the it got praised for the simplicity and scalability, and it got also praised for the performance, which we'll talk later in this course about the concurrency and all the things. It has this concurrency, so you can run two pieces of code simultaneously, and we'll see how we do it in future of this course. Yeah, it got very praised for the scalability, simplicity, and how it runs. If we are talking about concurrency, I would like to embrace the Go and saying that the concurrency model works on choosing a one thread and optimizing and using all of its performance. So concurrency just chooses one thread which is free to use for the operations. So it takes one thread and it optimizes, it uses it pretty well. Under the hood, the concurrency also based on parallelism. We'll talk about what is parallelism in this course later on. It works as parallelism under the hood. And what is parallelism? It is basically the multi-threading. So at the same time, when it is using the full power of one thread, it can also use multiple threads. So it is something like that you are optimizing and using full power of what you have, and if you want, you can create multiple threads to use them also. So it's pretty smart behavior. All of these are inside the Go, and I think it's pretty powerful to create a backend on Go. We'll compare it to Node.js in future, but I don't think it necessarily requires a comparison between Node.js and Go, because Go is a compiled language and wins every time, because it has concurrency models, it can scale well, and a lot of. If I'm comparing to Node.js, let's compare it to over here. If let's do a comparison between Node.js and Go. So Node.js is a single threaded language, and this is not a very good sign because it is inbuilt into the JS itself. You cannot do anything about it. So the JS is a single thread language, and to scale this, it is pretty hard. It is pretty hard to scale this because only uses a single thread of the CPU. So if you are doing the vertical scaling, at certain point you have to go for the diagonal scaling, and things become very messy after reaching to 50,000 60,000 users. So things get very messed up. While in the Go, you can always use the concurrency for the code that are supposed to run simultaneously. And the Node.js, there are worker threads that you can use, I know that, but it doesn't have multi-threading, whereas the concurrency model uses parallelism under the hood, which is a multi-threading. This is the difference, and Go runs much faster than Node.js. It doesn't need any VM or runtime to run it. It's just a compile-based language. You just compile it in a binary file and then run that binary file on any server, and it will run very perfectly. So this is that. If you are coming from the JavaScript family, you will be enjoying the Go. You'll be seeing this speed and a lot of things you can do inside that. So moving forward, he talked about like Go is a compile-based language. What are the compile-based language? What are the interpreted languages? So for the interpreted language, you have to must install any runtime or a VM to run it. Whereas for the compile-based languages, you don't have to run anything. You just have to compile it and send it to the client or the server, and it will run perfectly. And if you talk about the runtime and the compilation, I already talked about which is faster and which is slower as compared to Rust and C. Now moving forward, it got developed by Google for the simplicity, scalability, and the power of it. Ending this lecture here. Let me know what's your thought on Go. After this, I'll start giving you some assignments from the lecture 1, and later on we'll see how to install Go on Windows as well as on Linux. So bye bye, let's see you in the lecture 1 of the series.